San Diego traffic isn't as bad as LA.
But it does get frustrating.
On rainy days, the traffic is at its peak because the stereotype is true.
Southern California drivers treat the streets like a slip and slide as soon as they see the first drop of rain.
Of course, this causes accidents.
Of course, accidents causes traffic.
Of course, traffic causes rubbernecking. Everyone has to peer through the raindrops at whatever wreckage is within view.
But then, as soon as they park their cars, the drivers become entirely disinterested with the world around them.
Their necks turn down to iPhone notifications, ignoring the social calamity right outside their window.
This time, there are no pileups or collisions for them to be concerned about.
No screeching tires or twisted metal to grab their attention.
Instead, there is a homeless person asking for change with outstretched hand. So how do we respond? Remember that this is a gauge of our humanity? Are you one of the many who look away? Do we continue staring at our phones as if they will answer the question for us? Do we turn it to Siri, asking the person to repeat their question a few hundred times until someone else considers them worth the traffic jam? But most importantly, do you not recognize their suffering as a similar kind of accident to those on the side of the road?
The type of catastrophe that doesn't always require distractions.
A turn of events that needs only one missed paycheck to tailspin into.
A life-changing disaster that most of us are just a few dollars from being a part of.
Why do we think vehicular death is easier to digest than a person who may have faced death just one too many times? Somehow, it is socially acceptable to marvel at carnage for the sake of the story, but pass up the opportunity to treat the living like they are in fact alive. Do you realize they are in fact alive?
It's sickening. It's sickening that we choose to distance ourselves intentionally.
Treat others like yield signs.
As though we have never been the roadside flat tire.
Significant enough to gawk at, but not important enough to assist. You know, you don't have to carry a coffee mug full of quarters to be considered a beggar.
Sometimes the only difference is a Facebook post and a GoFundMe link.
A digitized cry for help saved from the humiliation of siren on side street. So next time you put your pride aside and ask for help, I hope others consider you worth their attention. I hope they realize this is the appropriate time to rubberneck. I hope they look up on their phones long enough to notice your existence. I hope your home is more permanent than tents thrown into dump trucks. But most of all,
I hope they recognize they don't know your story.
Because the worst part of a traffic jam
is not the slower speeds
or the waiting, but rather the fact that we don't know what caused the accident in the first place.